Hey, good Wednesday evening, guys. Nick and I were doing our winter forecast as, of course, officially winter doesn't start for about 4 more weeks.
Yeah.
But meteorological-wise, we're rolling into it. So, we've been kind of breaking down the pattern over the past, really several months and trying to figure out what we are going to get. So we're going to start ripping through this. Let's look at the past few years. We averaged 16 inches of snow. The past 2 years have been just crazy.
We just been goose egg, pretty much.
It's been awful.
I mean, yeah, last winter we had like a few ice storms, which I got stuck in St. Louis, but snow?
Yeah,
it's
nothing.
miserable.
And we set a record low of just 2 inches in Joplin, which was 2 years ago. So that's only 4.5 inches of snow over the past 2 years. Now, we've had some big ones. The 10-11, that was when we had the 2-foot blizzard. So we had 33 inches, and then that next year, which was a La Nina, just like this year. The pattern very similar, only 2.8 inches. The difference was we had a positive Arctic oscillation, so we never got Arctic air. I don't think that's what we're going to see this winter. Then we had 3 big years, and then, of course, nothing over the past 2 years. So, let's look at the puzzles here, or the puzzle.
Yeah, pieces to the puzzle to get this forecast put together, but you got the right idea.
Well, we're going to be in probably a moderate La Nina. And usually with a La Nina, it seems like winters are a little bit colder, and that's what we are going to see for this winter. Also, we got to watch the Arctic oscillation. And if it can go negative, we're going to get Arctic air.
Yeah, we'll get, and it seems like we'll get plenty, at least cold snaps for this coming winter.
And at least the projection is the AO is going to go negative several times. So that's good news for winter lovers.
Yeah. And with the way that your pattern is setting up as well, looks like winter is going to be a lot better for us, or if you're like us that want quite a bit of snow.
Yeah. So, and then we take the pattern, which is kind of how storm systems react. So what they're going to do as we work through the winter months. So below average temperatures, really across Central Plains, I think above average, Southwest and the East Coast. I still think the East Coast will get a couple nor'easters. It's just not going to be like the past couple years where they've just been hit over and over.
Yeah.
Snowfall-wise, I think most of the snow, Central Plains, I think for us, near average or just a little bit above, but well above in the northern parts of the plains. So we got 2 main features with the pattern this year. Of course, it kind of varies back and forth, but the 2 main features I see really setting up is our blocking pattern. So all that cold Canadian air just goes, and we actually have this setting up next week. And once this sets up, this is when we can get our Arctic air, and then we get little storm systems that rotate around the jet stream, and that's our shot for winter storms.
Yeah, if any storm systems ride along that jet and can track just south of us, that's pretty much the sweet spot.
Yeah, and I think we're going to have that happen a few times this winter. Now, of course, the bad part of the pattern, if you know November, we've had really nothing. It's been warm. We've had a lot of cold fronts. We just can't get any moisture. And we are going to see that part of the pattern again as we head into January and then also parts of February. So that's kind of the boring. That's why I have boring and dry part of the pattern. So those are really the 2 main features that we got to watch as we work through the winter months. So let's break this down. Nick and I, we took our guess on how much snow. I'm thinking 18 inches, so 2 inches above average.
Yeah, I've been kind of hedging my bets based on just how dry it's been, just wondering if that could stick around and interact with your pattern and the rest of the puzzle in terms of this winter forecast. But I still think we're near average, so I'm just going conservative 15, but still a lot more than what we got the last 2 seasons around here.
And when we do get Arctic outbreaks, if a storm system sets up right, we can get ice storms. So that's why Nick and I decided to put in 1 or 2 ice events. And we are going to have many Arctic outbreaks throughout the winter months. So systems to watch. Let's break down the winter. Really starting next week is going to be cold all the way through Christmas.
Yeah, it'll feel like Christmas. But
so with that, there's little storm systems. We're going to watch the 12th, 13th, and 14th, the 18th, 19th, and the 21st and 22nd. So all 3 of those could be winter events. We do have a weak system on Christmas that's pretty weak, so I think our chances for snow are low. So if we want a white Christmas, we got to hope the 21st and 22nd hit us.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Then we go back into the boring stretch. So really from about January 27th, right after Christmas.
December 27th.
Or, yeah, December 27th.
Then going into about the middle of January.
Yeah.
Your pattern's saying?
Yeah, it's going to be mild again. We'll have a little rain chances, the little cold fronts that we've had over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah. But then you give it time, that blocking pattern comes back in, hence the Arctic air will return for the rest of January.
So the second half of January looks pretty good. So we're going to watch the storm system on the 16th, and then 24th, 25th, and 26th. That could give us winter events. So as we continue on through the rest of the winter, well, cold start to February with that blocking pattern, and then the second half it goes back to the boring and kind of mild.
Although this is kind of interesting, something that I might want to see unfold. If that blocking pattern or that Arctic air blast can return by March and maybe give us snow in March.
And we've had big snows in March.
Or heck, I remember a few years back we had snow as late as May.
Yeah,
it caused that Royals a snow delay at the Royals game.
Yeah, it was like May 3rd, May 4th. That was crazy. But I do think there's a pretty good chance we could have a decent snow in March, and we get some of our biggest snows late February and into March. So that's kind of the breakdown. Of course, we're going to put this online. So if you have any questions for me or Nick, it's going to be all over the place, hopefully. Yeah. So see how it goes. We'll see how the winter turns out.
Hopefully it's a good one.
All right, guys. Have a good night.